K95.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. Thank you so much for joining me. This is episode number 616. Today in the studio with me is Jason Janoski of Home Helpers Home Care. And did I say that right?
It's perfect. Thanks,
okay.
Doc.
Hey, before we get started, I'd like to remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko. And if you'd please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and we're streaming live on Facebook. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have, well, you know what, I almost forgot. You're going to have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist in about 10 minutes. And all you have to do is call in. I'm going to give you the number now. Don't call yet, but the number is, or will be, 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. And in about 10 minutes, if you're listening, we're going to have a few questions about Jason Janoski and his business, Home Helpers Home Care. And so, yeah, remember that. Okay, so let me just read your bio so people know who the heck you are. I know who you are, but I've been to your house. You've been to my house, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So at Home Helpers, Jason leads a team of exceptional caregivers who provide in-home care and support for seniors and individuals recovering from surgery or injury. Their humanitarian support allows seniors to remain safe, socially active, and mentally engaged for the best possible quality of life while remaining in their own home. Jason and his team have been recognized internationally for excellence in communication and service, and they have earned a spot on the INC 500 list of America's fastest-growing companies. Jason is the former chairman and CEO of the American Red Cross, where he received one of the organization's highest national honors, the Red Cross Biomedical Achievement Award, for fostering innovative practices, improving quality, and transforming the organization. Pretty cool. Jason attended the Ohio State University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in art therapy and a master's of arts administration, education, and policy. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Thanks, Doc. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much for getting up early. We really appreciate it. And I saw your presentation a few weeks back, and I was very interested in it, actually enamored by it. And my mother-in-law is 90. And so this hits home, you know. And I think your mom is...
She's 93.
93. Okay,
Pardon me, she'll be 94 in January.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have a vested interest in this, and for folks who don't know what you do, can you explain it? Just kind of give me a synopsis.
Yeah, I like to describe it to the layperson that we help with activities of daily living. If you think of all the things you've done since you woke up this morning, you woke up, you went to the bathroom, you bathed, you brushed your teeth,
yes,
prepared a meal,
right,
maybe checked some messages, those sorts of things.
I fed my cat. Does that count?
It does count.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Just checking.
All the things that you do throughout the day, we're there to help folks with that, to make their life easier.
Okay. And so is this someone, these are people living at home independently?
Yes.
Who are oftentimes alone, but it's not just that. It could be a couple too, right?
Very often is a couple, and their desire is to stay at home and not have to move out of the home in order to stay safe and healthy and engaged.
Okay. So, and we're not just talking about our parents. We might be talking about us someday.
Yeah, that's true. I would say think about your future, but we ask folks to notice the need, especially this time of year with the holidays coming on. You might be around family or friends or neighbors more often than you usually are. I would say keep an eye on them. Notice how they're feeling, how they're doing. Notice their hygiene. Do they seem to be alert and engaged and the way you expect them to be? And if not, maybe they need a little help.
Okay. So I have a mentally challenged brother. He's 3 years younger. and he was pretty autonomous as he went through life, but he still lived at home with my mom, and she would have to write his checks because he didn't have a signature. It was like 3 inches tall, the best he could do.
Yep.
So they got a stamp that had his signature, but it was condensed so he could stamp it on his checks. Do you help with that?
We can help with billing and financial activities. We haven't had to do that.
Okay.
There are licensed social workers who are financial folks who do that specifically, and I think that's a great service.
Do they have to be certified or something?
They do, and
Okay.
if a client of ours asked for that, we could help with that, but I would prefer to refer them to somebody like that just because they're so well trained.
Okay, got it. And for those of you that are watching the show, when you do watch it, you'll see some photos that are going to scroll through here. These are a combination of Jason's employees and his clients, and typically the clients are older, right? So if you just see a picture and you don't know what it is.
Yeah, typically. You'll probably see some caregivers on there as well, but our clients, about 8 out of 10 clients are seniors. We have some occasional clients who might be in a different stage of life who had surgery or a victim of stroke or something like that, so you'll see all kinds of folks there.
So does a person's medical insurance cover the care that your company can provide?
Long-term care insurance can cover that.
Okay.
There is some additional benefit if you're a veteran or the surviving spouse of a veteran. We can help you with some aid and attendance benefit.
And I understand that at some point Medicare will also cover?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, that's really neat. So the kinds of things you mentioned, what you did when you woke up this morning, and then what about if a person has a pet? Well, they'll feed the pet. We talked about that. What are some of the other things they will? I know that my mother-in-law, her eyesight is fading, so she can't see to program her remote or can't see to change the channel sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
it's a great example, and your example of your brother is a good one as well. But we would walk the pet, visit the pet, give the pet some love, feed them, and make sure they have water. Certainly, we tell our caregivers, make sure you do whatever you're doing. Make sure you do it in the way that the client wants it. Whether they treat their pet a certain way. Some folks prepare specific meals for their pets. We would do that as well if that's what they wanted.
Okay, so you would actually make them carrots and beef stew or something.
Exactly, yeah. Some folks do that.
I know, they really do. So what does home care mean then to you, and what does home helpers do? I mean, I think we have a synopsis, but what does it really mean? Yeah,
our tagline or support line, I guess, is making life easier. And when I think about the folks that we have out in the field every day working with clients, it really does bring a tear to my eye sometimes to realize that that's exactly what we're doing. Most folks, as I said, have a desire to stay in the home. They couldn't without our help or someone's help. Sometimes it's a family member or a combination of family members and us. And if we weren't there, if a family member wasn't there, it can be sad to think about what kind of a situation they might be in. They might stay at home and have a really difficult time.
Right. And I've discovered just by observation, no scientific evidence, but it appears to me that as the senior ages, if they have someone taking care of them, that they have interaction and they have that little bit of help, they live longer.
I believe it. Yeah, I cannot overstate what I've seen a few times, without regard to the physical help, the bathing, the dressing, the personal care, that engagement, like a discussion we're having right now.
Right, keeping their mind sharp.
Oh my gosh, folks blossom when they have that, because we work with a lot of folks who are home alone.
And knowing that somebody cares and that somebody's going to be here at a certain time, so I better get my butt out of bed.
Yeah, they look forward to it tremendously. They really do. And they look forward to that discussion and that interaction.
Now, there was something that at the end of your emails, and I didn't find it in the paperwork, but you did tell us at your presentation. It says there are 3 lines. One is, we are here to help, we have huge hearts, we love what we do. Is that your mission statement, or is that just your mantra?
That's our mission, and I would say it drives almost every decision we make. Pardon me. When we're hiring caregivers and looking for good caregivers to go in the home of, someone like your mother or my mother.
Right. My mother-in-law. But
we let that drive our decision making. If somebody doesn't have a huge heart, we can't train that. We can't teach that. So that's one of the things we look for right out of the gate.
I don't know if you and I talked about it. We might have after the presentation, which was at Clintonville Rotary, by the way. I'm a founding member of Clintonville Rotary. I think we're in our 11th year now. And I told you that when I hire people, I look to hire nice people. Because I can't teach somebody to be nice, but I can teach them how to answer the phone, I can teach them how to pour up the plaster model, that sort of thing, you know? And you're talking about the same thing, right?
The exact same thing. We have pretty rigorous training for folks with to teach them how to work with someone who has dementia,
Right?
or someone who has experienced a stroke, but I can't teach them to smile and say thank you and please every day. We look for that when folks come in.
Right, right. I think that's so important. And it's worked for me. And I would much rather have somebody who's green and I have to teach them everything, who's just an awesome person who's super nice, than somebody who's got curmudgeon but can do the job. I won't hire the curmudgeon that can do the job. Because you could argue they're not really doing the job, are they?
That's true. Yep.
Okay, I think it is time for us to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. You might want to remember Jason's mission statement and mantra is, we are here to help. We have huge hearts. We love what we do. And when I say Jason, what I mean is home helpers, home care.
Yes.
Okay. All right, before we do the contest, though, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right, today we are speaking with Jason Janoski, the owner and CEO of Home Helpers Home Care. Which of the following statements is a part of their mission statement? Is it A, we are here to help, B, we have huge hearts, C, we love what we do, or D, all of the above is included in their mission statement, all right? The winner receives a free floral arrangement from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I wanna hear your mind. And there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hey, what's going on? It's Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. You can look for my smile courtesy of Dr. Kvitko on the CBS television network where I play Danny on the hit soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go! Hi, I'm Johanna, and I've been a dental patient at Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. I would really recommend Dr. Kvitko for your family's dental care. They're friendly. They're always there to help me. I feel like family when I walk in the door. It's clean, it's comfortable. Even if I have to bring my kids, they have a great playroom for them. I know when I'm with Dr. Kvitko, they are taking that extra time to make sure that I'm going to be the healthiest I can be. They've been great. I love them.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. Okay, we're back. We have Courtney on the line. How are you today, Courtney?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day?
Yes. D.
D.
All of the above.
Right. Courtney, do you have an older relative that might need some help from home helpers?
I don't, thankfully. Currently, I do not, but I will definitely keep you in mind.
Okay. And Courtney, what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're already caring for folks. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I love what you do, taking care of folks. Thank you for what you do. And, hey, please stay on the line because we need to find out where to send you those flowers, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode 616 of The Reasons We Smile. In the studio with me is Jason Janoski, CEO and owner of Home Helpers Home Care.
Good morning.
Thanks. Having a heck of a time this morning. I don't know what I drank. I think it's contagious.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, how do I know that the caregivers are doing a great job?
We know because we get feedback from folks, and it happens quite often that our clients fall in love with their caregiver. It takes a couple times, a couple shifts, a couple days, but it's very quick when we get a response and they say, I can't imagine doing this without them. So we'll know shortly, one way or the other, whether somebody's comfortable and confident with that person coming into their home. And it's an awkward situation. Imagine generally you've never done this before. You're coming off a surgery or some kind of an event that requires you to get home care before maybe you can get discharged from the hospital. And so people are worried, they're scared, they don't know what's happening in the future, and now they're inviting a stranger into their home.
Right.
So it's a little bit of an awkward situation, but once they get into the dance of understanding each other and figuring out how someone lives and providing the needs, the services and the needs to cover their needs, it's a beautiful thing to see when they're doing well and they are very happy with it.
It reminds me when somebody first comes to the office, they're oftentimes standoffish, a little bit curmudgeon, using that word again.
Sure.
Because they're afraid.
I imagine it's very similar, yeah, the fear creeps in there.
And then once I either get them numb or just get their confidence by telling them we're not going to hurt them, they just become a whole different person.
Yeah.
It's so neat to see. Like the light bulb goes on.
I imagine it's very similar. The analogy for us is that folks often ask, well, who are these people? Who's coming into my home?
Exactly.
They want to know how safe they are, or generally it's the adult children of the senior person who are looking after their parent or grandparent. And when they realize that we do rigorous background checks for criminal and motor vehicle, we do drug testing, suddenly I know I'm in good hands, I know you're watching that, and they feel much better about the process.
So how does somebody reach Home Helpers Home Care?
You can get a lot of information about our business and our services and the kind of folks we hire at our website, which is homehelpershomecare.com/Columbus-Northwest.
Okay. Say that again.
homehelpershomecare.com/Columbus-Northwest. And I would add one thing. We're in 1,000 communities all over the U.S. And if you have a loved one in another state, another town, you can go to homehelpershomecare.com and enter that person's zip code, and you can find a Home Helpers Home Care office.
Oh, wow.
All across the country.
Well, that's good to know. That's awesome. Now, they're not nurses, like the woman, Courtney, that just won, so they can't give medicine, correct?
Well, actually, some are nurses.
Oh, okay.
We have one physician on staff right now. She is working as a caregiver until she receives her assignment,
assignment
in the spring.
Oh, okay, got it.
But that said, the second half of your point is correct. We don't administer medication. We assist and we remind with medication, which is an extremely important part of our business. But we don't administer. For instance, we wouldn't give a shot for someone who's diabetic and needs that.
Is that the only thing that they can't do? So
I'm sure there are many other things they
well, I guess
cannot.
what I mean is if I have a elderly relative that I want to take care of in another city, and I know that you guys can do just about everything that's needed, would I only need to make sure a neighbor came over and make sure that they took their medicine, or have a nurse do? Are there certain other things that you can identify?
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind is something like wound care.
Oh, okay.
Anything that requires skilled care from a doctor and maybe an occupational therapist or physical therapist, we don't do those things or prescribe them in any way, but we take that advice, that prescription, so to speak, and help the client with that on a day-to-day basis. Exercises, whatever the case may be.
So if the client's supposed to take, certain pills certain times of the day, your your employee could say, Mabel, it's time to take these 4 pills.
Exactly.
And hand them to her. Mabel takes them herself and drinks the water herself.
Exactly.
Okay.
We do keep a real close eye on it. We know what the medication is. We know what it looks like. We know how many doses per day, or how many in the morning, how many in the evening, et cetera. You're exactly right. And we would say, okay, it's time for your pill before dinner.
Okay.
And we would watch her take her own medication.
Okay.
And make sure it's the right thing. And step in if we had to.
So as long as she wasn't like my cat who tries to get it out when I'm not looking, you're good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, some folks don't like to take a medication for whatever reason. Maybe they don't think it works. There are lots of reasons for non-compliance. Maybe it's a huge pill, physically, a large pill to swallow, and they say, I don't want to take that today. But we're pretty good at convincing them and reminding them why they do need to take it. It does, not to belabor the point, but they do need to take those things. It does make their life easier. If they skip a dose or skip some kind of regimen, even if it's physical therapy, the next day is going to be tougher. So one of the most important things we do is keep them on track throughout the day, throughout the week, with those sorts of things.
Okay. Now, one of the things that's obviously important to me is making sure people get to their dentist on time. And it also brought up another question about transportation. So what I think it's time for us to go to a break. But when we come back, my question is going to be, can your employees take the person whose care they're providing to a dental appointment? And if they do, whose car are they driving?
That's a great question.
All right. So, but we have to go to break right now. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, and we'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a faithful cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita. Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigart from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode 616, and we're speaking with Jason Janoski, the owner and CEO of Home Helpers Home Care. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and before the break, we talked about the question of can your people bring somebody to their dental appointment, and if they do, whose car do they use, who drives, that sort of thing?
That's a great question, and I appreciate that because it's one of the most important things we can do, especially for folks who are home alone, to have that kind of independence to be able to get out, not just for a doctor or dentist appointment, which we do, but to attend social events or to go and play bridge, etc.
Really?
But you're right about the medical care. We ensure that they get to doctor's appointments on time and in a regular fashion, including their dental appointment.
And do they drive the client's car, or does the employee use their car?
Yes.
Yes and yes?
Yeah.
However the client wants it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Some folks are really comfortable with letting somebody else drive their car, and we prefer that just because they're comfortable in their own car. But if for some reason, maybe they've stopped driving and they've gotten rid of the car so as to not tempt them to drive, maybe they shouldn't be driving. It happens a lot. In that case, they would ride in the caregiver's car.
My wife thinks I shouldn't be driving for that matter, but but I disagree.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, all right, so then what about evening events? So if they get invited to, say, a Christmas party, are your employees available or at the home in evenings as well?
They are. Yeah, we're there 24/7.
Oh, wow.
We have a few clients who we look after maybe one 4-hour block per week. just to check in, do some laundry, help them make the bed, etc. Maybe go grocery shopping, get a lot done in that 4 hours, and that's all they need.
And that's the minimum, right? If I want to sign your company up to help with my mom, my mother-in-law, whatever.
Exactly.
It's a minimum of 4 hours per week, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then on up to 24/7 live-in care. We have
Wow.
a few folks who do that as well. But to answer your question, yes, if this time of year, again, it's holiday time. If somebody has a family gathering or an event that they want to get to, we can get them there, step away, come back and pick them up, or we could accompany them throughout the event, whatever would be appropriate.
Okay.
And make them feel comfortable and confident in that environment.
So the 24-hour care, help me understand, would this be 3 different shifts, so 3 different people would come, like 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7?
It's different every time. 24/7 care means probably something like that. It
Okay.
might mean a 12-hour shift, so you'd only have 2 folks coming in
Okay.
and out of the house. They would share information and hand off information, so to speak, about what happened the previous 12 hours. Live-in care is a little different. Somebody, a caregiver, would live in that person's home.
Okay.
24/7. We have one example where our caregiver lives there 24/7, 5 days a week,
Wow.
and the family takes care of the client on the weekend. If it were a 7-day event, it's likely that there would be 2 caregivers. One might live there for 3 days. They would switch over midweek, and the second caregiver would come for 4 days during that week, and they would alternate 3 and 4 every other week.
Okay. Okay, so when the home helper is there, they're awake.
They are. We
Okay.
call it wakeful caregiving. Exactly.
Okay, got it. That was what I was kind of trying to figure out.
Yep.
They're not just like asleep in the other room and not really helping.
Well,
Unless it's live-in.
That's a great question. It's different. Every client is different.
Mm-hmm.
Some folks sleep through the night, in which case a live-in caregiver can sleep through the night. In fact, they do need to get.
If they're live-in, they have to.
They
But
need
if they're
8
doing the
hours of
3, then there's always somebody awake sitting, maybe watching television or reading or something.
Exactly. And they might be using a monitor to make sure if somebody gets up in the middle of the night and has to use the restroom and needs
Okay.
help getting there, they're awake and ready to go.
Like a baby monitor, or they can have a bell that they ring, I need help,
yeah,
kind of a
exactly.
thing.
Whatever works, we like to say.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So again, tell people how they can reach you, because I think this is really cool, and maybe other folks do as well.
Yeah, the easiest way is through our phone number, area code 614-268-8061. And you'll get a lot.
614-268-8061. Okay, I was going to say, not to interrupt, but it's like a lot of older people, me included, we don't want to go on the website all the time. We don't want to go on. We want to call.
Yeah, well, that's true. And some clients reach us through the website. Sometimes it's the child of a client who finds them through Google or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. We all have our different favorites there. And so thank you. I'll repeat that one more time.
Yeah.
614-268-8061. And the website is homehelpersHomeCare.com/Columbus-Northwest.
Northwest. Okay, great. So, I'm glad your service is here in Columbus, and that if we ever need it, certainly I will call you up, and hopefully my listeners will do the same thing, because this kind of was a little bit of an eye opener for me. My wife and her mom get together every day. But we don't have to worry about that because they are there. She's there every day, and in fact, she's getting ready. We just moved to a new house, and we have the existing house my mother-in-law's going to live in, and then the new house we built next to it, we're going to live in.
Oh,
so
that sounds
it's going to be
perfect.
right on property.
Very nice.
So she can just bang on the door if she needs something. Actually, it'll probably be open.
No, that's nice when you can do that.
Yeah, and your mom lives what, a mile away from where you live?
Less than a mile, and she lives independently with our help.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. So we need to take care of our parents because they took care of us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. All right. It looks like I'm pretty much out of time. I know our timing was off a little bit today, so I threw me off a little bit. But I do appreciate you all listening. But that's all the time we have. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at Dr. Kvitko. Please go to my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Give me the way they would reach you one more time.
614-268-8061. Home Helpers.
Got it. And remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588.